All right, and we are back in the lobby bar for the week of June the 5th, 2023. Brian and Michaela here with you. And Michaela, I've been getting up to too many movies lately because I've been going out to see a lot of concerts, including this past week. I flew all the way up to Chicago to see a concert. Rock and roll.
Mhm.
That's the life I live now, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Tell me about it. How was it? Was it amazing?
It was amazing. So we flew to Chicago to see the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. Also, on a side note, Taylor Swift was in Chicago this weekend too. Did not go to see that, but did go to see the other. But it was the first time I've ever been to Chicago. Really, I went there for like a beer festival once, but I literally got dropped off at the venue and picked up from the venue by some friends that live just outside of Chicago. So this was my first time really being in the city and exploring the sights and taking in all of the food and the cuisine because Chicago is pretty well renowned as a really good food city, and I think it should be well renowned as a good cocktail city, Michaela. Because I sent you some of these pictures of the stuff I was drinking, and they were pretty good.
Yeah, they looked amazing. I was very jealous. Perhaps not to be in a concert with about a billion people in the same city that Taylor Swift is having a concert, because that seems like just a gluttonous kind of swell of population that me and my post COVID days probably couldn't handle. But the cocktails looked amazing. Some of the pictures you took of the sites that you saw, it looked like you met with some friends. That just all looked so cool. And I myself have never been to Chicago except for the airport. So I'm very
Mm.
interested in to hear all the things that you liked and didn't like or whatever. Because the first time I go to Chicago, I definitely am going to drink some of the things that you drank because it looks great.
Yeah, that's right. O'Hare, the airport, 0 stars, but these cocktails, 5 stars for sure. So I'm just going to kind of run through these. And then there was one I had that was really good. It's going to be perfect for this time of year. So we went to a place called the Purple Pig. We had a couple of cocktails there. We had something called the Italicus Spritz, which is similar to an Aperol Spritz. So this was gin,
Mm.
bergamot liqueur, rosemary, and prosecco. So the bergamot liqueur, if you've ever had a bergamot, Michaela, it's kind of like this like orange lemon hybrid. It's like this super kind of sour orange. It's really I don't know. It's pretty good and crisp, but it was really nice. In this cocktail, it was very lovely. And then I had one of my favorites was a melon daiquiri. It was this. They said it was a pale rum. I don't really know what that is. Maybe it's some sort of white rum. Maybe it's something else. People out there could let me know. And melon aperitif. So I'm guessing like some sort of like Midori kind of thing, or maybe like some fancy melon liqueur, and then lime. So that was really nice. It was really light, really refreshing, really nice, kind of in this warmer days.
Mm. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, for sure. And then I had this other thing. It was called an Italian Order in the French Quarter. This is from Labriola. It was gin, Nannino Aperitivo, clementine juice, lemon, and Peychaud's bitters. That one was really nice. It was a little bit more complex. It was a really lovely cocktail. It had a little bit of foam. It didn't say that it had egg whites in it, but if you look at the picture, it has this nice creamy layer on top, and it was quite delicious. I'm a big fan of clementine oranges. I'm a big fans of dogs named Clementine, as mine is for sure. So that one was really good. I think you would have been into that one, but you're definitely going to be into the one that I'm going to be mixing up for the lobby bar today. So this came from our the hotel we stayed at, the London House. We were up uh, on the rooftop bar, and I had something that they called the Forever Summer. So we're going to mix one of these up, Michaela. I made one for you because randomly it got super hot here all of a sudden. It was cold forever and then was like 100 degrees just out of nowhere. So this is going to be perfect for you. So what we're going to do, it's going to be 1.5 ounces of a cucumber infused gin. Now, if you're making up a bunch of these, you can go ahead and just put some gin in with some cucumbers and let it hang out in the fridge for a couple of days. Or you can totally like muddle up some cucumber into your gin and strain it out. It's going to get you the same kind of ballpark. So 1.5 ounces of that, about the same amount of watermelon juice, 1 ounce of lemon juice, and then top that off with sparkling water, just into like a highball glass with some ice. It's like this very, very crisp and clean watermelon lemonade with that cucumber, summery freshness. It's perfect when the weather just spikes up out of nowhere on us.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Especially I'm in the middle of some would call it summer heaven, but I call it swim team hell.
Oh,
Any parents out there, if
you
you
have
know,
moved
you
on
know.
from baseball hell to
Yes, yes. Yes. As a parent, you just do that. Your kid is like, I decided I want to be an Olympian. Okay, great. I'll change my entire life to support that dream. That's what you do. But it helps if you do it with alcohol. And so I'm very excited because this drink sounds amazing and refreshing, which is what you're going to need if you're going to sit on the side of a pool for 8 hours watching your kid swim for 4 seconds.
That, that's right. Yeah, these drinks will help you. They'll go a long way in helping you get through those things. It's going to be a perfect drink for like a pool party or summer cookout or anything like that. But yeah, the cucumber, watermelon, lemon, and sparkling water. Give that a try. It was delicious. And take a look at our pictures on the social media because I got a bunch of pictures posted from the trip. And follow us on Discord because I was posting stuff as I was drinking them there as well. So you can check in on that on it's on our link tree and all of our social medias. So check that out if you want to. If you were checking out anything else this weekend, it was most likely Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, raking in $120.5 million opening weekend, followed by a Little Mermaid in second, still $40.5 million. Really good follow-up weekend for Little Mermaid. The Boogeyman, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Fast X round out the top five, but $120.5 million for Spidey and crew, all the Spider-Mans and Men's and Spider-Gwens. $120.5 million, Michaela. Not too bad.
Not too bad at all. I think that we haven't seen it yet. We're scheduled to go tomorrow, and I'm very excited. It's a great time to watch the original if you are unclear or it's been a while since you've seen it or you've not seen it at all. Definitely think you're going to need to see that in order to enjoy the next one in its full potential. But do that because I think that the reviews are great so far that I'm seeing. Everybody seems to be really liking it, and the box office is really liking it. So that's great.
That's right. Yeah, I just read right before we started recording that Across the Spider-Verse has the highest user rating on Letterboxd, which is really pretty good there. So people are loving it. And people loved Into the Spider-Verse, but $120.5 million for Across the Spider-Verse. Now, Into the Spider-Verse only made $190 million domestically, so it's already almost there. Into the Spider-Verse was this like a darling animated thing that came out of nowhere. This one did not have the benefits of being like this sleeper thing. People are expecting it to come out and do huge stuff and blow people away, and that's what it seems to be doing. Like you said, Michaela, we are checking it out tomorrow. Very excited about it. And check out our patreon.com/drinkthemovies. We're going to be doing just a little brief mini kind of get ourselves hyped up to go see Across the Spider-Verse, where we're going to talk about Into the Spider-Verse and kind of the significance of that film and what we thought about it. Nothing too crazy, but that's going to be over there on the Patreon if you want to check that out. And if you want to check out something else, maybe you already saw Across the Spider-Verse, you're hungering for something new. And by new, I mean something that's had 8 iterations over the last 10 years. That is Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. That is coming out this weekend. It's going to be I think the 7th Transformer film since Michael Bay swept us all away, swept us off of our feet with Transformers goodness way back in 2007. There's been a bunch of these now. Rise of the Beast. What do you think, Michaela? Were you a Transformers kid?
I was a Transformers kid, more than meets the eye. I love the plane the Sky Crusher one that turns into a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Optimus Prime. Who doesn't love Optimus Prime? I think the voice actor for Optimus Prime has like introed every Michael Bay film from like the beginning of time. I think it's the same person. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, whoever did that it was. It's just their voice is so epic, just like Optimus Prime's. Oh yeah. I mean, who doesn't love machines that can turn into other machines and they're sentient and they're nice, except for the Decepticons. Ugh. Gross.
They're sentient and mean. Yeah, absolutely. So Transformers is coming back out. I have to say, I watched the original Transformers, that Michael Bay film, way back in the day. I was not a fan, so I have not seen the following, I don't know, 6 of these or whatever, but I don't know. I might have to go check this out. It's kind of like the Fast and the Furious, right? Like I watched the first one, wasn't blown away, and then kind of fell off of it. Maybe Transformers is the same. Maybe Transformers is all about family too. I don't know, but I might need to get back into it. But what we're definitely going to be getting into, Michaela, is going to see Across the Spider-Verse. That's where we're headed right now. So let's do this. Why don't we mix up another Forever Summer? It'll keep us cool while we're waiting to get into the movie theater. Mix one of those up at home. Follow us on social media. Send us pictures if you have anything fun for summer going on. We definitely want to hear about all that stuff and let us know what you think about Across the Spider-Verse because we're going to be talking about it on the main show this week. So let us know all that stuff. And thanks for joining us this week in the lobby bar.